Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes Daily Cafe Chat. It is Sunday, March 15th, 2026. I hope you're having a nice, lazy morning.
Happy Sunday! And guess what? Bluey is coming to Disney World!
Way to spoil the surprise, Lisa. She has been bouncing since we got here.
I could not hold it in! So what else are we talking about today?
First, that Bluey news you just ruined. Then, Apple is turning 50 years old, which is hard to believe. And finally, a man sued a taco shop because the salsa was too spicy.
Only in America. If you are new here, welcome. We turn real-world news into casual cafe chat every day, 10 minutes a day. Subscribe and join us tomorrow.
Today's keyword is phenomenon.
Phenomenon. That sounds like an important word.
It is. It means something remarkable that attracts a lot of attention, like a trend or an event that everyone is talking about. Bluey is a global phenomenon, for example.
So, Apple becoming the most valuable company in the world would also be a phenomenon?
Exactly. Listen for it today. Okay, officially, Disney announced the opening date for Bluey's Wild World at Animal Kingdom, May 26th.
May 26th. That is Memorial Day weekend. Perfect for families.
Exactly. So the new area is at Conservation Station, which you reach by the Wildlife Express train.
Oh, I love that train ride. It goes through the backstage area where you can sometimes see the animal habitats.
Right? So at the new Bluey area, kids can play games from actual Bluey episodes, meet Bluey and Bingo in costume, and take photos.
Oh my gosh, that sounds adorable. I would absolutely love that. And I know so many kids who would lose their minds.
There's also a new outdoor area called Jumping Junction with real animals native to Australia.
Real Australian animals at Animal Kingdom? That makes so much sense for the park.
But here is the thing that might upset some people. The old affection section, the petting zoo with goats and donkeys, is gone.
Gone? Those goats have been there since 1998, almost 30 years.
I know. They were relocated to other zoos and homes. But I think Bluey will bring way more families to that part of the park.
Probably. Bluey is a global phenomenon at this point. Kids everywhere are obsessed.
The renovation took about 3 months. They closed in late February.
3 months to transform the whole area? That is fast, even for Disney.
Cast members will be part of something called the PAC team, Playful Animal Crew for Kids. They guide guests through activities.
PAC team. So on brand for Disney. Everything needs a cute acronym.
Lisa, you look like you have already bought a plane ticket.
Almost. The train ride alone makes it worth the trip. Can adults go without kids, though?
I think so. Plenty of adults love Bluey just as much as kids do. There are whole online communities of adult Bluey fans.
Good, because I'm definitely going. Maybe I'll bring my Bluey plushie for the photo op.
Our second story, Apple just announced their 50th anniversary celebration.
Wait, Apple is 50 years old? That blows my mind.
Founded April 1st, 1976, Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne started it in a garage in California.
April 1st, on April Fool's Day? Nobody must have taken them seriously at first.
Probably not, but look where they are now. Tim Cook published a letter reflecting on the company's 50-year journey.
What did he talk about?
He wrote about Apple's belief in the intersection of technology and the liberal arts. Basically, technology should not just be powerful, it should feel human and creative. That is such an Apple thing to say.
What does that mean to you personally?
To me, it means their products are designed to feel beautiful, not just functional. That is why using a Mac feels different from other computers.
I totally agree. Do you remember your first Apple product?
A MacBook in college. It changed how I thought about computers completely. What about you?
iPod Nano, the orange one. I thought it was the coolest device in the world.
The iPod changed everything. Before that, you had to carry a whole CD player and a case of CDs everywhere you went.
I am too young to remember that, actually. CD players were before my time.
Ouch. Thanks for that. But Cook's letter mentions everything from the Apple II in the 70s all the way to Vision Pro today. When Apple started, personal computers barely existed. Now they make a mixed reality headset. That is incredible. 50 years of reinvention, and the core philosophy has never changed. Make tools that empower people to create and connect. Cook also highlighted their work on privacy, accessibility, and the environment. Those feel genuine from Apple at this point. They went carbon neutral for corporate operations back in 2020. And they keep pushing forward. New chips, new services. The next 50 years will be just as exciting. I wonder what Apple will look like in 2076. Maybe we'll all have Apple Vision contact lenses. At this rate, probably. Our final story today is honestly kind of hilarious. A German tourist sued a taco shop in New York because the salsa was too spicy.
Wait, someone actually sued over salsa? No way.
His name is Fekel Mans. He visited Los Tacos Número Uno, which is a very popular taco spot in the city.
Oh, I have heard of that place. Long lines, amazing tacos. What happened?
He ordered 3 tacos and added salsa from the self-service bar. His mouth started burning and his Apple Watch showed his pulse going up.
His Apple Watch told on him? That is kind of funny.
He sued for $100,000. He claimed stomach problems, high blood pressure, and emotional distress.
Emotional distress from salsa? That is a new one. I've heard of people suing fast food companies, but this is something else.
The judge, Dale Ho, dismissed it and wrote one of the best lines I have ever read in a legal opinion. What did he say? Quote, Mexican food, and specifically salsa, is often spicy. The spice is often the point.
The spice is often the point. I want that on a t-shirt.
Honestly, if you walk into a taqueria and add salsa, you should expect some heat. But I also kind of understand him a little bit. He said he comes from a small town in Germany and never eats spicy food. That's fair. Cultural differences with food are real, but $100,000 for a spicy meal? Extreme. And here's the funny part. He also sued Walmart over their Wi-Fi policy. He sued Walmart over Wi-Fi? This man really likes going to court. Apparently. But it raises an interesting question. Where's the line between personal responsibility and a restaurant's duty to warn customers? If the salsa is at a self-service bar, I think that's on you. Nobody forced him to add it.
True, but what about tourists who've never tried spicy food? A small warning sign could help.
That's reasonable. A lot of restaurants already label their salsas by heat level.
Exactly. Mild, medium, hot, and you will regret this. Simple and effective.
The judge also pointed out that no other customers had complained about the salsa. It was clearly just his personal reaction.
So the lesson is, when in doubt, start with the mild salsa and work your way up.
Words to live by. So Bluey is coming to Disney World on May 26th, and families everywhere are going to love it. I am already planning my trip, with or without kids. Apple turns 50 next month, and Tim Cook is reflecting on 5 decades of thinking different. From a garage to Vision Pro. What a journey! And a German tourist learned the hard way that salsa is supposed to be spicy. The hard way indeed. At least the judge had a great sense of humor about it. Today's key word was phenomenon, something remarkable that attracts a lot of attention. Bluey is a global phenomenon, and Apple's 50-year journey is a phenomenon in the business world.
My personal phenomenon today is not spoiling any more stories at the beginning of the show.
We will see about that. Here is today's question. What was your first Apple product?
Drop your answer in the comments. We love reading them. If you enjoyed today's chat, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We'll be back tomorrow with more stories.
Have a relaxing Sunday. Maybe download some Bluey episodes.
Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.